Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Right, there a little bit. Situated. Mighty notepad. Let's get him in here. Let's get him in here, people. Let's have a allegedly always coming up with the good ones. Hey, brother, I want to tell you, allegedly, and anybody else is a member of the channel, man. I appreciate you guys for being members. I appreciate you guys for helping out, take some of this cost away from what we're doing out here, because we're doing big things, man. We're doing big things. They may not like it, but they ain't supposed to like it. Oh man. Let's see what's good, man. All right, people. So you know what it is, man. My name is Gil. It's American Troll Podcast, man. So I did well, you guys saw it. Shit. I'm going to tell you what I did. You guys saw it on my, bring this up a little bit. My phone charger. Now my phone's going to die on me. They're going to have issues. They're going to say, Gil, why didn't you charge your phone? I still got those fingers on my toes. I can pick it up. There we go. Yeah, so I did that one, the one on Latinx, man. So I've got a lot of feedback, and it's back to that same argument. Back to the same argument that, oh, we're not Latinos, gay. Oh, we're not Latinos. That's a European phrase, this and that. And then somebody else goes to that we're the Israelites. Then somebody goes to the indigenous. We're back to that argument. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get that conversation going and stop that argument, because that's an argument that nobody will ever win. That's an argument that you can be here for 1,000 years and they're still going to be arguing about. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like arguing, if you're a Muslim, what's better, a Muslim or a Christian? You're never gonna get anybody to agree. So just, kind of agree to disagree. So I'm opening up this conversation so you guys can. Let me put the phone number up there first. There you go. That way we can actually talk about it and see what you guys come up with. And that's why I say I come up with the Calumac, man, because the Calumac, it includes all of us. I mean, not the X. I mean, I don't know. I'm still on the fence. I'm not even on the fence. I do not like the X. To me, it is just straight up LGBTQ. They're just trying to force it down our throat, because eventually it's going to be where you have kids and you can't even say if you have a boy or a girl, because that's just what they're trying to do, brother. And I don't like it whatsoever. So let's see what you guys are talking about, man. Okay, allegedly also really is a Afro-Latino X. Good shit, brother. I got Afro-Latino X in the house. Drunken Chef, what's going on, Playboy? All right. If you classify as Latino, your ass. I don't know, my bear. I don't know what your ass classifies. HB Chemistry, we need a new word that includes everyone whose ancestors date back before Christopher Columbus. Well, if you can come up with one, by all means, let me know, brother. But it sounds easier than it really is. All right, let's see what we got. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man?
Talk to me, my man. Talk to me.
All right, man. So, yeah, I just seen the topics you listed on here. So, the whole Latinx, Chicanos, what do we call ourselves and whatnot, right?
Okay.
All right, so this is the thing. My family, we originated from the San Fernando Valley, Van Nuys, right?
All right.
I mean, we go back 1800s. I mean, we've been here since. We've never had the issue, and this is obviously something new. And I don't want to be the type to be like, this is the new generation or whatever, but it's starting to lean towards that way, because growing up, there's never been that whole issue of, there's a problem because it's Latino. We need to take that O away because it's too masculine. That's never been a topic of discussion. And my family's always been big. When we have family reunions, or when we've always been together, the elders have always been in a circle together. So, they speak to the young ones, and that's never been a topic of discussion where we feel like, a pronoun is what we have to speak on. Like, what do you prefer to talk? We have everything from straight, to lesbians, to, whatever, but that's never been a topic of discussion. So my thing is, what's the purpose? What's the purpose of putting the X in the Latin X? And like,
Well,
I get it to get them. Go ahead.
it's listen. It is, if you go down to the bare bones to it, it's a LGBTQ push to get into our community. It's an LGBTQ to say I am not male or female. It's one of those things, and that's what it boils down to. They can try to spin it any way they want, but that's what it is. It's again, the minority is pushing the majority to conform into what they believe. You want to believe you're a female and you're a male? Get your money, brother. Dude, it's America. You can do what you want. But when you're crossing
Right.
when you're crossing over into our thing, like, we have a hard time enough already saying what we are. Some people say the Chicanos. Some people, for all of a sudden, these guys to come and say, "Oh,
Agreed.
you're going to throw an X into us." No, we're still trying to figure out what we are between ourselves without you coming in here and throwing your sexuality into it. And I think that's what it boils down to.
You know, I think you bring up a good point on that because within each other, I mean, you have a good point about us finding our identities within each other because
Yes.
you know, depending where you come from, you know, some part of our culture, you know, don't like the Chicanos. A lot of them don't even believe in Chicanos. A lot of us don't even believe in Hispanics, the
Right.
Latinos.
Right.
You know, and we all have our own things. So to add something onto it and then to pressure it onto this generation and pressure it onto this community where we have to accept it and we pretty much
Right.
have no choice, you know, because now it's full blown. Like the LGBTQ, for instance, right, where I work at. Now they're telling us you got to ask the person what they like to be called. You know, ask them what the pronoun like to be called.
Hey, brother,
Why the
I don't mean to cut you out, but I gotta get somebody else on here, my man. Thank you for the phone call. What's going on? What you want to talk about? I had to hang up on the last caller for this guy to hang up on me. But last caller, yeah, what you're saying is now they want to know what you want to call them. And again, if you want to be called, if you're a guy, you want to be called Janet, I'll call you Janet. No big. You want to be called Janet Jackson? I'll call you Janet Jackson. I'll call you Susie Q. I'll call you whatever you want. But when it comes to a race thing, and now they're trying to push that agenda and shove it down the throat, and that's what's happening. A lot of young kids, I got a couple of nephews like, oh, it's no big deal. I'm like, it's no big deal. Wait till your kids grow up, and all of a sudden I tell them, you have one of my nephews, he has a daughter, and I said, it's going to come to a point where you can't say I have a daughter. Oh, I have a child. What kind? Oh, that's an X. It's like, no, it's not an X. It's either a girl or a boy, brother. So let's see what you guys are talking about. What you guys are. Da-da-da-da. Don't be shy to call. The number is up in the screen. 818-538-9330. Let's see what we got. Hello, hello, hello. Ay, güey, estás rifando, güey. Is that all you got? Nah, see, this trying to bang, but he don't understand that he don't even come up on the thing. Sorry about your luck, Playboy. Nobody heard you, homeboy. Try again. Ah, shit. And that's why we do this. Oh, man. Too bad, homeboy. You're trying to bang, homeboy. You ain't banging over here, homie. If you want to bang, go hit the streets, Playboy. Supposed to be trying to catch bodies on YouTube, carnal. That's a damn shame. You are what you are. Raza, we the only race don't know who we are. I mean, it's kind of what it is, man. It's kind of what it is. That's why I say I listen. I got some other person today on Instagram tells me we're not Cali Mag. That's California. I'm like, no, it's not California. I asked people what they wanted to be called, and everybody gave me a bunch of different ideas. All right, let's see what we got. What's up, Noel? What you want to talk about, man?
Wanted to answer the question, what should we identify as?
Okay, shoot.
So I think we should identify as Hispano. And I know that's not very popular amongst the Pochos / Chicanos in the U.S.
Right.
But it really is what we are, I should say.
Right.
Because first off, most of us, whether we like it or not, have on average 30 to 60% Spanish DNA and ancestry.
Right.
Over 80% of us have Iberian paternal DNA, like our paternal root comes from Spain.
Right.
So it's not about calling yourself Spanish or Spaniard, but it's about Hispano. It's identifying with the ethnic culture that came out of that diaspora, then mixing with the indigenous on this side of the ocean.
Okay. Listen.
And I think
When it comes to myself, brother,
Yeah.
I really don't get too hung up on all that stuff. Sometimes, if they
Yeah.
you want to say you're Hispanic, I don't care. Some people just get real hung up on him, and it's almost like we get into an argument over this stuff when it's it's kind of petty if you really think about it.
It is. Some people are very autistic about it, but I think it's when people like get mad if you call yourself Hispanic or they like reject that, it's because they have some kind of like resentment issues, like historically,
Right.
And it's like history. There's no good or bad guys in history. History is what it is. We were all given this moment in existence,
Right.
and we were all given the heritage that we were given. So you either make it a source of strength, which I think saying Hispano does, because whether you like it or not, that was a very influential.
I need to get another phone call. Thank you for that phone call and your insight. I'm sure somebody else is gonna have some other insight. Let's see what we got. Richard, what's up, Richard? I'm good, brother. What's going on? What you want to talk about?
Good. I just want to start off by saying I identify as a Hispanic.
Are you?
That is a mestizo.
Hey, Richard, are you on speaker or something? It sounds pretty bad.
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Can you hear me better now?
Let me see. I don't know if you just brought it close to you or just.
Let me see. I did.
All right, so go ahead.
Is that better?
A little bit better.
Yeah, man. Okay, yeah. So I just want to start off by saying that I identify as a Hispanic that is a mestizo that is indigenous to America. Number one. Two, a lot of Hispanics out there are really have an issue with these labels, Latinos and Hispanics, because of what they've been told by a lot of these messages. They feel that these are labels that the colonizers have given them, but they don't realize that there are no colonizers here because we had revolutions and we kicked out the Europeans, so we won. So we find there's a lot of fight because a lot of people they hate.
So I didn't quite hear you though. So what exactly do you identify as?
I'm a Hispanic because I grew up in the Hispanic culture.
Okay.
One. Second, I'm a mestizo because I am mixed race. I am Native American with European or Spanish.
Right.
But above all, I am indigenous. Very confident.
That's right. Wait, so I'm gonna have to let you go because the sound is getting kind of crazy out here, and I'm sure the guys are having a hard time listening to it, my man. All right, so if you get better reception, hit me up because that was if I got the headphones on, it's gonna drive me a little bit nuts. I'm sure the listeners are going a little bit crazy here. Stay hustling, huh? Raza, we the only race. All right, let's see. Let's go down here a little bit. It should be we are brown, just like blacks say they are black, but the brown community is very divided and racist towards each other. Skin color, immigration status, and financial competition. It is, man. It is. I mean, I refer to us as brown many of times. I refer to us as Cali Max that time. I refer to us as Raza. I say Latinos. Hispanics I don't really say, but yeah, I'm sure throughout my time in history I've said, yeah, I'm a Hispanic. I don't get caught up on these titles, man, because these titles, what they do is they divide us. They make us fight one another for some petty ass shit. I mean, to some people, it's the world, and some people they believe, like they say, oh, the indigenous to this, to listen, man, that war is over. That war is over. And I know some people don't want to hear this, especially like when you talk to people who are deep into the indigenous roots. Get your money, man. Get your money, learn the culture, do the whole thing, but don't look down on me or anybody else who's not into it that much, because this is America. We all have different thoughts. We all have different things. And to sit there and say, oh, no, you're Mexica, this. Nah, listen, brother, I just can't get down with that, man. This guy, Mr. Caleb Pickett, the X can't happen. It would alter the entire Spanish language is based on masculine and feminine verbs. I guess LE, less could be used to keep the places. Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree with you 100%, Caleb. It's just, somebody was trying to tell me on my comment section that the X was because of, let's see what that is. Because the X was something with the Mexican. I said, no. Let's just get this straight. The X is more of an LGBT pushing it. Let's see what we got. FKM, what's going on, brother? Much love and respect, man. I appreciate that, my man. Let's see what we got in the house. FKM in his house. Hello, hello, hello. What's cracking?
I just want to say that like Hispanic is, I mean, Latino is a very broad term.
Okay.
So a Latino can be, it can be anyone from a country where they speak a language that originated from the Latin, like original Latin,
Yes.
the language. Um, so so people in Europe, right? People like from the Mediterranean area or Spain, they can also be Latin
Right.
and or Latinos
Right.
Latinos. And Hispanics would just mean anybody that is from a country that is in Spanish speaking. But Spaniards from Spain could also be Hispanic. There is a lot of Spaniards in Spain that consider themselves Hispanic. So I think that's kind of like more of the proper term, because Chicano is just like a small group, but they're still like unless they don't speak Spanish, they're still Hispanic. If they don't speak Spanish, then they're like something that came out of the Hispanic group.
So
and that,
you consider you consider yourself Hispanic?
Yeah, I do, because I speak Spanish.
Okay, so you speak. Yeah, but I listen. I understand what you're saying, but that's what I'm trying to prove here. That there is a lot of people who will die hard say, "No, man, I'm Chicano. I'm Chicano." Me, I was raised Chicano, brother, all day long. I think Chicano doesn't necessarily also mean you speak, because I speak Spanish. Chicano means you grew up in America. You grew up in a place where you were not Mexican. You are not American. You're a Chicano. You like lowriders. You still eat tortillas. You still have an abuelita, like you would in Mexico. But it's a different vibe. It's a different feel. Hey, brother, thank you for the phone call. I gotta go get another one. Let's see what we got.
Call from.
Hey, Daniel, what's going on? Daniel, talk to us.
Hey, how you doing, Gail?
I'm doing good, my man. Hey, make sure you turn off that background noise, please.
Yeah. I just did right now.
All right, cool.
Now, I feel we should identify as raza, not only because everyone speaks Nahuatl from Mexico, from out here from the States, to Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, all that. They all have a certain dialect
right
that we've all spoke before the Spaniards came over and beat us down, and then said, "Oh, you know what? You identify as us as well."
So you think we should identify as raza?
Raza, yeah, because if
well, I understand what you're saying, but I've got a different argument to that as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people,
Right.
when they say raza, especially out here in Southern California or any other places, they mean Chicanos. That's what that phrase used to work back in the days. It was raza means Chicano. Raza does not mean Central American. And me, I'm from Honduras, homie. I was born in Honduras.
Yeah,
So I'm just giving you the point of why people pick so many different identities, because raza, to me, it does mean everybody, okay? But to a lot of people,
Yeah.
they will say, like to me, they're stupid ass kids. Oh, you're not raza, homie. You're like, what the fuck? I'm not raza. I'm a brown man just like you. But because they feel raza is Mexican American. That's what a lot of people feel.
Yeah, no. Raza should be everybody, because we look the same. You're Hondureño, but you're just as brown as me, and
Yeah,
it
of
doesn't
course.
make you any different.
But that's
You know, and then if you dig any deeper, it's like our ancestors probably spoke the same Nahuatl in different dialect tones. You know, so it's like a mezcla.
yeah, of
that
course,
everyone has.
of course.
So yeah, so I can't identify as Latino because I'm not from Europe, and Hispano, I'm not a Spaniard, and we don't even speak Spanish,
Right.
the correct Spanish. You know, it's like we speak Castellano. So how is it that I'm gonna identify as a Hispano, and if I don't even speak?
Let me get my list going. Hold on. Let me get my list going. So you're raza. I got raza. I got 2 Hispanics. I got 1 raza, and I think I got 1 Latino. If I miss, hey brother, thank you for the phone call, my man. All right, this is getting interesting. All right. Talk to us. What you want to talk about, player?
And I try not to indulge in
other people racist because sometimes people feel offended. But I'm from the Midwest.
Okay.
The Chicano word, I only heard that from being on the internet and here in California. That's like the guy said before, that's a super small majority. You come over here to the Midwest, Chicago, New York, the East Coast, Kansas, Iowa. No Latinos, no Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans. You kind of, you're trying to unite the culture, and I love that you're uniting your people. That's a good
Thank
thing. You have to include everybody. I never really heard Latinos, what y'all would call the darker Latinos from the islands, use the word Chicano at all.
Well, I don't know.
I never even heard when you go down to Florida.
I don't know if you've heard
South Americans.
Yeah, but I don't know if you heard the phrase that I kind of coined here. I used the phrase CaliMac, and the phrase CaliMac stands for, it's an acronym for Central American, Latinos, Indigenous, Mexican American Chicanos. It's an umbrella we can all go under. And I think the point of this is showing that, yeah, we're a vast majority of all kind of people, and that's why I try to throw all that in there, because yeah, we can't just say we're Chicanos because you're excluding 75% of the rest of the country. I absolutely agree with you on that.
Do you feel like Puerto Ricans would use the word? Because even when you say Cali Max, that seems like,
well, people think but it's not that. It's just the way the acronym fell. It's just I try to get all these letters and try to put them in a certain way. And if somebody can come up with a different acronym with all those things in there, I'm down for it, brother. Whatever it takes to unify our people, to actually come together under one umbrella. But the CaliMac has nothing to do with California. Just the Cali, if you think about it, stands for, the first CAL stands for Central American Latino, Cal. And some people will sit there and tell me, well, why didn't you put the Mexican American first? That's just the arguments we get into. And they're very petty, and I think we can get by them.
And I agree with you, petty. And I think Latin, from what I heard growing up, Latino and Latin just spoke for everybody.
Yeah, but some
Mexican.
Hey, my man, thank you for the phone call. I got to get some other people. I got everybody bombarding me, man. I appreciate the phone call, brother. Make sure you took your radio down out there, or your TV, whatever you're listening to. Talk to us now. Yeah, but you got to turn your the background off, please. There we go. Now we're cooking. Oh, he hung up by mistake. Yeah, guys, when you guys call, make sure to turn whatever you guys listen to, because then you get an echo on this thing, man. Jonathan, what do you want to talk about, man?
Yo, what's up, man?
Talk to me.
Real quick, I just wanted to say, I think the proper term is Hispanic.
Okay, we got another Hispanic in this house. All right. So far we got 3 Hispanics, we got 1 raza, and we got 1 Latino.
Yep.
So
the reason being is because me as a Mexican American, soy hijo de Cortés y el Malinche.
Okay. I get it.
Pretty much, like, the people who started the mestizo race in our country was a Spanish man and an Indian woman. And together they united, and they created the first. Well, they had a kid and created the first mestizo son.
Yeah, but I'm sure that they'll say that they weren't so united. It was more of a rape thing going on. That's how you were made. So that's why.
But it wasn't.
Well, I don't know, brother. I wasn't there. Hey, my man, thank you. I got you. You said the Spaniards came here and made love, brother. I don't know about that one. All right, Richard, you're back. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, Gil?
Talk to me.
It's Richard from IE.
All right.
You know what? I think this is a subject that people are gonna talk about that we're never gonna be able to find who's okay with everything. Everybody's gonna have a different opinion.
Right.
Everybody's not gonna like this or not like that. So I know it's hard to just say us individually, like, oh, I'm Mexican, oh, I'm Dominican, I'm Salvadorian, but like, there's nothing that you can say, especially with raza. You know how we do it, bro. We don't even get along for shit.
Yep.
So there's nothing that we're going to come up with, in my opinion, that we're all going to appreciate.
I appreciate CaliMac, homeboy. I think that puts everybody in the same boat, man. I think it is, and I think a little more we hear it. Go ahead.
And then, there's going to be people that are like, I'm not no fucking CaliMac. So
yeah, of course.
It's going to go back and forth.
But I think if we can throw a big majority into the CaliMac thing, I think we can push it. And like I say, LGBTQ, that came out for a reason because they were arguing. I'm a lesbian. I'm not a lesbian. I'm bisexual. I'm not bisexual. I'm gay. That's the reason they came up with that. They didn't come up with that because they wanted to hold hands and sing kumbaya. They came up with it so they could become an army, and they are a fucking army, and that's what we need to become.
Hey, but homie, how do you know the Galatos ain't gonna be like? They're gonna hear the Mac word and they're gonna think that we're trying to run under the BLM with the Mac shit.
Well,
You know?
let them think whatever they want, brother. We know the real. All right, my man. Thank you for the phone call. We got somebody else. We got Ohio in the house. I think it might be the Ohio players. All right, there we go. What's going on, Ohio? What's good? Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Talk to me.
Not much, brother. Just had a question about that. Cali Mac, that's a good idea, but I'm originally from like South Texas, on the border, you know?
Yes.
And a lot of us over here, we always consider ourselves like Tejanos.
Tejanos.
From California consider themselves Chicanos, you know?
Right.
So that was just my question. I was wondering, like, how would you know what I mean?
Well, I think
because we're like different part of Mexico down here, you know. Like
well, no, but that's more of just how you Texans do it, man. Texans, even with America, a lot of Texans will say, hello? "I'm not American, I'm Texan." You know what I mean? Hello. All right, I must have lost the gentleman. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, with the Texan thing, how to throw Texan in there? I'm sure there's got to be a way, but the thing is that you can't really throw a state in there because we're talking race, all right? And I understand people are very proud to be Texan, just like people are very proud to be Californians. If we were to give Texan the same thing, then what's going to hold somebody from saying, "Hey, I want to be Californian"? What's good, Dreamer? What you want to talk about?
Chicano even get started in America?
How did the word Chicano get started? I didn't know this was a history class, but I want to say it started in Texas when the Mexicans that were from Mexico really did not like the little, they just call them little chicos or something in America because they were less than Mexican, and also the rich.
Wow, you know that teacher Escalante, right? They did that movie Stand and Deliver about.
Yes, sir.
He declared war on the word Chicano.
Okay.
At one time when people in America that knew how to talk Spanish weren't allowed to talk Spanish in America, period, point blank, we weren't allowed to talk Spanish.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we had to call each other Mexicans.
So what do you consider yourself?
I used to consider myself a Mexica, but that was a long time ago. That was the prison stuff I was into.
Yeah, of course.
So I opened up my eyes, you know what I mean?
But now what do you consider yourself?
I've always called myself Chicano, bro.
Okay, so we're gonna.
Because I'm proud to be from have ancestors from Mexico.
That's right. Hey, brother, I gotta get this other phone call, man. Thank you for the phone call, my man. Let's see what we got.
I sent the caller to voicemail.
Oh no,
Goodbye.
Anthony, I hit the voicemail by mistake, brother. Go ahead and hit me back up, Anthony. Yeah, so back to the Texas thing. We can't just sit there and say, how can I throw Texas in there? Because then what's going to stop California? We say, well, I want California in there. What's going to stop New Mexico? Well, I want New Mexico in there. What's going to stop somebody from Chicago to say, I want Chicago in there? It won't work. We got to stay with the race. Big Joseph, what's good, man?
What's happening, man? What's happening?
Talk to us.
Now, man, shout out to the show, man.
Thank you, my man.
Hey, just real quick.
Shoot.
Just real quick, yeah, you for sure, always, homie. I'm Puerto Rican, right? I grew up with Mexicans. My old lady's Mexican. I got 2 Mexican, half Mexican kids, right?
Okay.
So I always back up Mexicanos and Central Americanos and stuff like that. But I was checking out a few dudes on the internet. They pushing that, you know what I mean, like type of indigenous, get back to our indigenous, you know what I mean, culture, right?
Of course, yes.
And and it's all good. Like it's all respect, homie. You know what I'm saying? It's all respect for that. You know what I mean? But if you look at it like some cats are saying, like these invaders, right? The European invaders. Well, if you look at a Mexicano, a Boricua, a Catracho, whatever, we all got that European invader blood in us too. Like we're a product of both races. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about that?
Well, I listen. I think they have every right to feel the way they do. And again, That's why I'm pushing the CaliMac thing, because it includes them. It's indigenous. They want to be indigenous and bang it all day long? Go ahead. You want to be Mexican American? Go ahead. You want to be Latino? Go ahead. You want to be Central American? We got to get something that we can all fight behind and say, this is our umbrella, or this is our flag, homie. We're all in the same gang.
Right.
Bam. We put our flag down. Our flag is we're brown. We might be Latino. We might be this, whatever it is. And I think, listen, if they want to sit there and fight the government in their heads and think they're going to take this lion back, get your money. Get your money, brother.
Exactly.
But that's a whole different argument.
I was thinking like,
hey, brother,
yeah, no,
I gotta get this other phone call. Man. I got a lot of people on the line. Sorry about that. That was a great phone. What's up, Jerry?
I just want to add another Chicano to your list. That's all.
One or two, but I'm trying to keep count. Now go ahead.
All right. No, I just wanted to just add another one to your list. That's all.
Thanks for the phone call, my man. Appreciate it. All right, guys. When you guys call in, make sure to say your name and where you're calling from, man. All right. Let's see what we got in here. What's going on, player? Yeah.
Spanish, Latinos, none of that, homie. We're descendants of Mayas and Aztecs. So people got it fucked up. They forgot where we came from.
So
that's what it is, homie.
Where were you born and where do you stay at?
Hey, I stay in LA and I'm Salvadorian, right? But I know my ancestors are like Mayans and shit.
Oh, okay.
I know, like the language that we speak, the Spanish. That's not a real fucking language.
Yeah, but that's the language you're speaking, brother. Thanks for the phone call. So he's Mayan, I believe it is. I don't got Mayan on my thing yet. So, what's up, Joe? Talk to me. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I think Joe got gas, huh, boy? Joe got gas. All right, let's see what we got in here. Alleged also really, hey, man, thank you for that super chat, my man. What about Kid Frost, the Hispanic causing panic? He claims to be Chicano for LA Raza. Yeah, I remember that. That was a good song. Good song. Let's see what we... What's up, Jaime? What you want to talk about?
Man, I was glad you were talking about this, but I was listening. It's kind of a trip. I'm from Swansea out in Denver.
Okay.
And I was raised in the 60s and 70s.
All right.
And my dad and them, they were all part of the, Viva la Raza movement and all that back in the day.
All right, cool.
But when I was young, I asked, how come we call ourselves Chicanos? Because they told me, you're a Chicano. I was like, what's a Chicano? They're like Mexicans from America. But the reason we say it is because when we were first standing up for our rights, we kind of took on the legislation of the old tribes from the Chichimeca people.
Right.
And that's where the word Chicano came from. And so a lot of people feel real hip. They might want to be Hispanic, or if they want to more recognize their Spanish lineage,
Right.
But it kind of seemed growing up in that era that Chicanos were just, Raza from the United States, not from Mexico.
So you consider yourself Chicano right now?
Oh, yeah. I was raised Chicano, bro.
Right. See, but in your world where you lived, I think that was the case. The majority of I would say, Raza out there were considered Chicano. But like the other caller who called, who lives in the Midwest, he says that out there in Chicago and all that, New York, they don't consider themselves Chicanos, because even though they could be Mexican, they consider themselves Latino or Hispanic. So I think it all depends of where you at and where you live and stay. Hey, thank you for the phone call, my man. I appreciate that. What's up, Mike?
The other man's phone call about the Hispanic situation.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Oh, fuck.
The feds are on Mike. All right, let's see what you guys are talking about, man. Yeah, so we got all kind of things, and that's a great thing, because we're having a conversation here that needs to be had. It's a conversation of what we believe we are, what we think we are, because, hey, you can ask 100 different Latinos, Chicanos, you're going to get 100 different answers, man, because that's just what it is, people. So let me try to get some of these comments here real quick. All right. What's going on, Mr. Martinez? What you want to talk about?
Hello. Yes. My name is Alfredo Martinez, and I'm calling from San Diego, California.
Okay.
And big shout out to your show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
So about the whole identity thing, right? it's just a big spectrum. It's really hard to classify everybody under the umbrella because there's many aspects to our identity, right?
Okay.
So I wanted to get on here just to say, food for thought, that all of us from south of the American border, it's all Latin America.
Right.
So within Latin America, Mexica, there's a broad spectrum. So to put into simple terms, we are of the Latin American diaspora, and me, if it came to a political sense, I would say who I am. I know who I am. Okay. I did the research to know who my people were, and I am indigenous Tlaxcalteca from a small pueblo of Huitzitila.
So then you would consider yourself indigenous?
Indigenous Mexican of the indigenous diaspora, if it came to someone who's Chicano who doesn't know who they are, they would just say, "Oh, I'm from the Mexican diaspora."
See, but that's the thing, though. It's not about knowing who you are. I mean, you can, not saying you yourself, but you can say you are wherever you are. But at the end of the day, when you grow up in America, you pick up different cultures, different things. And a lot of, I don't know if you're one of those gentlemen, a lot of gentlemen like will sit there, I'm indigenous, and they just want to push them. I'm like, well, yeah, you are indigenous, but you can call yourself whatever you want. But in reality, you're still either Latino, Chicano, or Hispanic.
But that's the thing. Yeah. But I mean, I'm sorry to be rude and interrupt you, but that's the thing. We are of the descent. But in terms of nationality, and if we live in the United States and we're United States citizens, in simpler terms, we're American. We just come from a descent of a different of a different demographic.
That's a whole different. Yeah, that's a whole different argument. Yeah, for sure. Hey, man, I appreciate the full comment and the insight.
No problem.
All right, brother. Good. Yeah, like I'm saying, man, we can sit here for weeks on end and people will sit in there and say all kind of stuff. If you cross through Mexico, get to the USA, then you became a Chicano. How about that? Well, no, because my mom crossed through Mexico and she was born in Honduras, homie. So my mom's Chicana. Well, I mean, she does. If you saw her, you would think she is. But that's the thing. You can't just sit there and generalize everybody, because there's a lot of people from Guatemala, from El Salvador, Honduras, Panama, go down, and that's the border they cross, because that's the border that's on the United States and the southern border. It's Mexico. So I don't think that would work either. Let's see what we got in here. These people in Mexico call each other raza. It's not an American thing. All right. Alabama. Daniel from Alabama. What's up, Daniel from Bama?
¿Qué onda? ¿Qué pasó, amigo?
Talk to me, Carnalillo. How's Alabama nowadays?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
It's doing great. It's muy interesante from up there in Arleta. I was born and raised, and I'm living out here in Alabama.
Okay.
Now, I consider myself Chicano just simply the fact that my father from Jerez was born in Jerez, Zacatecas.
Right.
But aside from that, I'm American all the way. It doesn't matter. I'm a belt over by by blood, and I'm sticking to it. And
that's right, brother.
I'm happy to be called Chicano, and I'm gonna love America despite the fact that sometimes it's garbage with politics or political wise. But at the end of the day, this is America. We love it.
Well, maybe the government part is garbage, but the land, I don't know. Thanks for the phone call, player. Appreciate it, man. Let me see. What's good? Nando, what's going on?
What's going on? American Cholo.
You know this. What's going on?
I just wanted to state this, brother. I'm calling from Whittier, California.
Shout out to Whittier.
Nice hot day. I just want to state this. I'm Chicano. I was born here, of course, and Mexican American, of course, as we all know. I have a nephew who's half his mom's side of the family is from Guatemala.
What happened? Hold on.
So what I'm trying to say is the whole Cali Max, I'm feeling that because I have a bunch of Salvi homeboys. I have a bunch of homeboys whose families from Guatemala.
Right.
So they were born here and all that. But at the same time, we all know, even if they were mixed, half, Guatemalan and half Mexican, but they were born here, they can't be Chicanos, But the whole Cali Max is what I'm feeling is, all my homeboys, we could unite. Share that same flag is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what we're trying to do over here, man. Hold on. All right, but hey, brother, I hate to interrupt you. I think my live is something's going down. Maybe the feds got it, brother. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Hold on, G.
All right, brother, appreciate the phone call, man. All right, let's see what happened here, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Let me see if my live is down and out in Beverly Hills. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, dude, the live went down. Oh, here we go. No, we're good. I think we're good. Let me see. All right, we're good. Yeah, it's weird. I saw it on my other end over here that it looked like it was blocked. I don't know if that's the feds player. I got high internet. Don't even trip. Jesus. Come on. Technical difficulties. 1 second. There we go. All right, that way I know we're going up in live. All right, man, let's get you guys back in here real quick. Yeah. Hey, Whittier, sorry about that, man. I'm having a problem looking at my own thing back here for some reason, but we're back and cracking. All right, so let's see where we're at here, man. All right. Let's get the phone calls going. Alex Savalo, what's going on, player?
Brother.
I'm doing good, my man. Thank you.
Sorry, thank you for taking me. Actually, I love this topic. I've been looking at everything that you've been posting as far as this topic goes, and I want to remind people, at least people that grew up in the 90s. I was born in '84, so if you kids don't grow up around that time, early 90s, if you remember when you went to go apply for something, if you went with your mom to the welfare office to get a job or anything, people used to put in, there was a box that said either you're Mexican American, African American, white, Asian, or other.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
So that was what back in those days, it gave me so much pride knowing that our identity was based on that. Like, they gave us an identity. Years fast forward go by, what do? They change it to Latino, Hispanic. No disrespect to anybody, but I'm not Latin. I don't speak Latin. So, I mean, I don't really comprehend that part. Hispanic, what part of Hispania are you? That I don't understand either. And again, it might be some ignorant stuff for me to say, but at the end of the day, I appreciate people having their identity, their culture. Central American, Mexican American, Chicanos, Latinos, as far as what you would consider Puerto Ricans or anybody in that culture, I guess, or a group of Spanish speaking people, like Spanish people, españoles.
So let me ask this: what do you consider yourself?
I think I'm Mexican American.
Okay. Like I said, it all depends who you are. Would you also consider yourself Chicano?
Yeah, I mean, I was born here, first generation Mexican American.
Okay.
But remember back in the days, they didn't look at you like, oh, you're Latino. They looked at you like you're Mexican American. That's it. And then they called you for what you were. You were Mexican first, and then American.
Well, yes and no. Okay. Since you're of Mexican descent, it's easy for you to sit there and say that's a great thing. They used to call us Mexican American. Me, myself, I was born in Honduras, homie, right? I grew up Chicano, though, but I was born in Honduras. So for somebody, let's say, of mine to sit there and say I had to check off Mexican American, no, I'm not Mexican American. I used to check off Hispanic or Latino. So that's why it's gone where it's gone so much bigger now that you see more Latinos, you see more Central Americans. Before in parts of LA, it was just, a lot of Mexican Americans and Chicanos. Those were the majority. Now it's kind of a melting pot, even within our own community.
Right. And I understand that. And trust me, it's not an issue for me as far as that goes. But I feel like sometimes people feel like they lose their identity based on, especially the youngsters nowadays.
Right.
But because a lot of us don't teach our kids that culture anymore.
Yes.
We're so worried about, getting a paycheck and doing what we have to do. And social media has done so much nowadays that we completely forget who we are, where we come from, unless something happens, like our street vendors, or something like that happens where people are like, hey, you got to start protecting the raza. You got to start doing this. Because it doesn't matter what race you are, whether you're Central American or Mexican or not. If you're out there doing the street vendor work and you getting hurt by other people, then by all means, you're raza no matter what.
Right. Yeah, for
you
sure.
Know what I mean?
Brother, for sure.
But
hey, brother, I gotta get this other phone call, man. I got Minnesota tapping in. Thank you for the phone call. That was a good phone call, man. Daniel, what's good, man?
What's happening, man? Hey, saludos to to all the people, the raza out there, man.
That's right.
I just want to put my 2 cents about. Yeah.
Sure.
God bless you, man. Thank you for answering. Yeah.
Hey. Go ahead. Put your 2 cents in, brother.
Yeah. So I think that question is a little tricky.
Okay.
I think well, it's tricky for some people, not for everyone. I think it's easier for a lot of people to identify as Latino.
Yeah.
But what about like somebody who's indigenous? You know what I mean?
Well,
somebody who's like 90% indigenous. Would you consider that person Latino or Hispanic just because
I consider them indigenous.
Yeah,
that's
right.
No, I do.
But you're not considered.
Go ahead.
But in the census, you're not considered indigenous unless your tribe is approved by the government.
Oh well, that's because when you're indigenous in that sense of term, most people that are like that get certain money from the state. I mean, from the federal government and stuff. And that's why they do that.
Yeah.
But I think if you wanted to I think if you want to put indigenous in a certain application, I think you should have a right to.
But the thing is, if you put indigenous, they're going to ask you for some form of identification.
Not in California. Listen, in California, if you're a dude and you want to identify as a woman, why can't you be a guy and say I want to identify as indigenous?
Okay. So the other thing is it okay if that person identifies Latino?
An indigenous
or
person?
Is it wrong?
No, I don't see it wrong. Absolutely not. If they want to identify as Latino, they want to identify as Hispanic, they want to identify as Mexican American, all good.
Yeah, I get it, but is it okay though? Like I can say whatever, you can say whatever.
Yeah, exactly. My personal opinion, it is okay, straight up, and that's what.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. It's his preference, but is it right though? Like
I don't know. That's a whole different argument. Hey, brother, thank you for the phone call, my man. I gotta get some other guys in here real quick. Frank, Surfer Frank, make it quick, Surfer Frank. Make it quick.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. Hey, back in the 80s, before Eric Estrada, when I used to fill out forms, it was white. We were supposed to put in white. And I'm like, I'm not white.
I remember that.
I'm Mexicano. That's before Eric Estrada.
Before Eric Estrada.
And before Eric Estrada, after Eric Estrada. But when I work in Indiana and Kentucky, I go, my heritage is Mexicano, and I'm an American, and that's the way I tell them.
I can live with that. Hey, thank you for the phone call, Frank. I appreciate it, my man.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Big Frank the Surfer. Baker's Dozen Media. FKM, what's going on, Playboy? Blacks identify as blacks, whether they are African or Jamaican or whatever. We are brown. That should be it. Blacks are in the lead, and they simplified it. We are doing too much. Yeah, but let me call this guy. Are you working right now? If not, give me a call. Well, you got my direct line. I think the problem with that is I'm down with it. I use brown all the time, but the problem is there's just people they for some reason they just can't get behind it. Some say, I'm a little bit lighter, or I'm not brown, I'm this. Like I said, we always find a reason to argue about it. But yeah, I wish it was that easy. I wish it was a beautiful thing where we can all just say, hey, I'm brown. I'm down with that. And I'm sure a lot of people would be, but that's a narrative we have to just try to push, I guess, man. Indigenous. Let me see. Culture should be spread only in Anglo. I don't know about all that. Let's see what you guys are hating. This makes me want to watch the movie Apocalypto tonight. Get your money, man. Get your money. Let's see. No trabajo, mañana. No trabajo. All right, where are we at here? Brown is a lame term. We are mixed race. You see, and there you go, brother. That's the thing. You will have people that will. They won't. It's just we'll always look for a reason to fight, homeboy. All right, Arizona. Joel from Arizona, what's going on, brother? Thank you.
Like you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're on mute right now. You know what? I'm actually I want the Suns to win. I'm not even tripping on it, brother. I would like to see the Suns win. So yeah, man. Shout out to the Suns.
All right, man. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the channel, man.
All right, brother, man. Thank you for the phone call, player. That's all right. That's the big Suns fan right there. Big Suns fan. Shout out to the Suns. Caleb Pinkett, Jonathan Rios, you're right on ethnicity. There's only one race, and that's the human race. Blessings to you and your familia, mano. Yeah, there is only one race in the human race, but that's just not how life works out here in America, man. That's why, Caleb, we got BLM. That's why we got LGBTQ. Shit, that's why you got white power. That's why you got all kind of different facets of America, because yeah, it'd be great if we can all see it like through your eyes, or maybe my eyes, or maybe some of these younger people's eyes who don't see color. That's the one beautiful thing that's coming out of this new generation, is that it's a colorless society where a lot of them are not seeing color, a lot of them are not seeing sex, a lot of them are not seeing gender. That is a good thing, but there's also certain limits to it. And when people, especially in our community, right, in the Calumet community, people sit there and say, Gil, stop crying, man. Gil, stop making a big deal about this thing. Gil, no, you have to. You've got to make a big deal about it. You've got to push an issue, because everybody else is pushing their issue. And what's going to happen is we're going to be left behind, homeboy. And I'm not trying to be left behind. Carnal. Let me see where alert box. Let me put that bad boy up here. That's why I wish the world was that easy and simple, but it just unfortunately is not. Let's see what we got up here. Let's see. Sinaloa. What's funny that in America you will still be called a paisa. Yeah, that's how it works. I mean, that's how it works. To say we are pure-blooded indigenous is a lie, and it's anti-indigenous. We not all mestizo either. We are cosmic. Okay, but Christian, you still got to. Okay, you got to pick a side. All right, let's do that. You've got to pick a side. You can't just sit there and be neutral. You can't sit there and say, so you're going to be Hispanic, you're going to be raza, you're going to be Latino, you're going to be indigenous, you're going to be Chicano, you're going to be Central American. Those are your choices, man. Those are the choices we're giving you today. That's it. That's the buffet. You can't sit there. Well, I don't know what cosmic really means, but let me know, boy. I don't need to go in the USA. I'd rather go to Europe. Or puro Sinaloa, que te va y viene en Europa, compadre. Mediterranean is the master race. Okay, if you say so, carnal. Sinaloa's government. I don't know what you guys are talking about. All right, let's see what we got. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, sir.
Called you up before.
Yeah. What's going on, Mando?
I just want to let you. I just want to let you know. We're waiting on the Cali Max T-shirts. I need that.
You know what? I haven't even.
All right.
Yeah, man. I'll try to get some going, brother. I haven't even tried, but for sure, I'll try to come up with a new logo for it.
I'm always leaving shit in the comments. I'm like, hey, Cali Max, I need that T-shirt.
I see it, man. Hey, what size you wear, man?
I'm a 2X, big boy.
Okay, Cali Max, 2X, man. The first Cali Max T-shirt is going your way, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just don't push the merch. I'm a busy guy. I don't really have time to be ordering this and that, and I ain't trying to make money off the merch, man. I'm just trying to spread a message.
To accept, press 1.
Mr. FKM in the building. What's going on, Playboy?
What's going on, my man? How's it going?
Good, man. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Oh, boy, how you been?
I've been all right, man. Just on my way to work right now. I'm enjoying the conversation right now you got going on.
Oh, good, man. Good. So talk to us, man. What do you think? This is FKM from Baker's Dozen on YouTube. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, check it out. Got some great music on there. Raza bass, Chicano bass, Cali Mac bass. Go ahead. Shoot, homeboy.
All right, so you read the comment that I put. Like, the blacks, they all identify as blacks, and when I said they're in the lead, I meant they're in the lead because their movements all over the TV, their movements all over the radio, their movements all over T-shirts and stuff, and they just simplified it by calling each other black. Now, somebody said I'm not brown. I understand that. There's white-ass black people, fucking DJ Envy, Fat Joe, and all of them rock with. I know Fat Joe's Puerto Rican, but he still rocks with the blacks. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
I think we need to unite under that umbrella as brown to simplify it.
I wish it was that easy, fool, but I think what it is we as raza, as Cali Max, we're so prideful of who we are. It's just like a gang thing. Like you, it'll be like somebody telling you, hey, homie, you can't claim that area no more. You can't claim, Inland Empire or the area you guys are from. No, fool, still, want to claim their area. So it's like, all right, fool, we're going to claim this area, but we're all going to fall under this. We're all going to fall under this umbrella. Just pretty much like how the gangs north and south did it. All right, you guys are from this. You can still claim your area, but you're this. And I think that's the same way, because if not, it's difficult enough trying to get us to just have the conversation. Myself, I'd go all the way. If you want to say brown and everybody else is on it, fool, I'm stepping back. I'll say Cali Mac is going in the garbage. Let's all be brown. But I think it's a little more complicated than that.
I like Cali Mac, but I saw a comment earlier that somebody was like, well, I think it was the black dude was like, that was California people. It sounds like it's only Cali.
Yeah.
I was about to say that before he did.
Yeah, but then again, when I explained to him what the CAL, the CAL stands for, it's Central American Latino. So off the back, the CAL doesn't even stand for California. And because I had people tell me also, well, why you put Central Americans before Mexican Americans? I'm like, because that's just the way it fucking fell. But that's what happens. We always get into a certain. I think
that's a good name, dog. I think you came up with a really, really good name. Is it safe to say that Mexicans are very stubborn and hard-headed? Latinos are very stubborn and hard-headed. Salvadorians are very stubborn and hard-headed. We're all going to be hard. We already fight with each other. Salvadorians don't like Mexicans and so on, right?
Yes.
It's never going to come to an agreement?
Well, I hope it will, but the thing is, unless we have these type of conversations, it never will. And that's what we need to do. We need to have these conversations. We need to sit down and actually start fucking grinding. Because listen, dude, I say it, and I say it because I'm trying to get it to people's heads. LGBTQ did not become LGBTQ because they wanted to. The reason they became it because all those gay guys, trans guys, queer guys, whatever it is, got together and said, hey, man, we need to fight for our rights. But we're busy fighting one another. I'm gay, I'm bisexual. We need to make an umbrella. And their umbrella was LGBTQ. And they're pushing their agenda just as hard as the brothers, man, as the black people. Because they came under one umbrella. Just like the gay people, they couldn't come under gay because they would say, I'm not gay, I'm this. That's why we need to come under one umbrella. And after we get done with the stupid ass arguments of, all right, this is what we are. You want to add something else to it? Fuck it, let's add it into it. But after this, we plant our flag, we make a fucking logo with it, Cali Mac or whatever it is, and we push forward. And if anybody else got a better idea, brother, I'm on board, homie. But we all need to, around the United States, come under one flag. Hey, fool, they'll be so scared of us, brother.
No, yeah, I agree, man. And you know what? I think you are very, very genius for starting this conversation because it's something that's going to help our people, like, big time. I'm looking in the comments, man, and there's, I get it, dog. Like, people, the Mexicans want to be Mexicans, and I saw other people, they want to be what they are. But, you know, you're right, man. Like, the gays and the lesbians and all of those people, they united, we got to unite.
Yes.
And we need to figure out a way to do that. You know, we can't be hard-headed because we're just going to be losing in the race if we keep doing this with each other, you know?
And every year that we don't come together and finally say, all right, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to come, that's every year we're losing. That's every year somebody else is stepping above us, brother. And until we finally actually do something about it like this, for when we are. Remember, we had that conversation when you came over to my house, man. We're going to do this. The COVID's ending. We're going to have our meetings. We're going to start actually kind of networking with one another. So when we say, hey, dude, we're going to go over here. You're going to get your people. I'm going to get my people. I'm going to hit up everybody on my platform. Everybody's going to hit up. Dude, we can go in tens of thousands of people, but we need to first come together as in one name. This is our umbrella, homie.
Yes, sir. And I can't wait for the day that we're on TV, that we're on radio commercials, and that we're on T-shirts just like the BLM movement. You know what I mean?
And it'll happen, brother, because we are, especially in California, the majority. And in the future of America, we're going to be the majority also, brother. It's inevitable. We are going to be the majority. But are we going to be that fat, sloppy majority, or are we going to be that fucking fit, cut majority that people are scared of?
Yes, sir. I believe we are, man. I believe we are. Sorry for taking.
Oh, no worries, brother. Hey, man, I appreciate it.
Much love and respect. Stay solid and stay blessed.
That's the homie FKM right there. Thank you, brother. Shit. Hello. All right, let's see what we get. I did not want to send you the voicemail, but it's somebody send you the voicemail, 562. All right, man. FKM, that's what it is. And that's what it is, people. We need to come under one umbrella. I know we may not always agree, just like religion. We're not going to talk religion and say, okay, we should be this. No, because we're going to argue forever. Let's agree to disagree, or let's agree to agree. All right, that's your God, no problem. That's your church, no problem. That's your religion, no problem. If we sat here and try to make one or the other say this religion is better than that one, We'll be here forever arguing. If I sat here with somebody else from a hood that I don't get along with, and I'm going to tell my hood's better than your hood, we're never going to get anywhere because it's going to be an argument that is not winnable. Except for Frank, you're back. What's going on?
Hey, bud. Yeah, I got an email from my buddies back in Kentucky on Mount Laurel, man, in New Jersey.
Yep.
Did you see that video? And did you see how the black folk got together and he gave his address and everybody came out?
The racist guy who was saying all kind of ignorant ass stuff in front of the cop, and the whole neighborhood got together, went to his house, and they the cops had to get him out of there. I don't know if they arrested him for something, but
but you know, since I work out there, that happens a lot. Not everybody's like that, but you'll find one.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I practice Aikido, so I take care of them. You know, I've broken 2 arms, but they learned their lesson.
Oh, man.
But
I saw that one, Frank.
That is real. But that is real. That happens.
The same thing happened out here in the beach, like Huntington Beach or Newport, where a white man said it to a bunch of raza, and they went out there and protested, and the white man went and apologized. And that's what we need to do. We need to stop being quiet, and we need to stand up for what we believe and what's right, man, like everybody else.
Right.
All right, Frank, man, appreciate it, brother.
Yeah. This weekend when I was surfing, they canceled the parade. Everybody was saying, Trump messed it up for us, and no Trump flags anywhere.
All right, Big Frank. Thanks for the phone call, player. All right, let me get some of these messages over here, man. I saw a couple of super chats I got to hit real quick. Mr. Fainer Lokes, what's up, player? Thank you for that membership, homie. All you guys who haven't become members of the channel, that's what helps the channel grow, man. Become a member. It's like a $5 subscription or a $10 subscription, and all it pretty much does is help keep the quality of this thing going, because if this shit was some cheap-ass quality, with some cheap-ass mics, with a cheap-ass background, everybody would think that my arguments, my voice will be cheap. That's just what it is. We as Cali Max need to put our shit to another level in order for them to listen to us, in order for them to pay attention to us, because as long as they see some bootleg cheap shit, they're not going to listen to us, people. So I appreciate that, Finnerlope. Allegedly, also really, thank you for that super chat. East Indians and Pakistans are calling themselves brown also. The brown community would be huge as hell, but yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that one. What's up, Brown de Salinas? ¿Cómo estás, carnal?
What's up, bro? Hey,
talk to me.
I think you guys got going on right now, bro.
Let's do it, homie. Let me get your 2 cents.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, until we start getting our own NAACP for the raza, bro, ain't shit gonna happen, bro.
Right. Well, there is, believe it or not, there is some Hispanic something, some Latino something, but it just seems like I don't want to disrespect. It seems like this is outdated. It seems like a lot of them are very afraid to make any noise in the liberal world. They want to just kind of conform to the PC world, the politically correct world, brother. That's what they want to conform to. And in order for us to push ahead in this movement, we can't be politically correct. We got to sit there and offend some people, because that's what it takes. When I say offend, I don't mean disrespect, but some people just don't want to hear the truth, because the truth hurts.
But también, bro, unlike black people, bro, we're more complicated. We have a lot of, different parts of us. There's the only Spanish speaking people. There's the only English speaking raza. There's the Spanglish. There's the quote unquote Cholo, Chicano, whatever you want to say. But there's all these different parts of us, and all of us have different mindsets about the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Some of us don't want to come together. Some of us are like, nah, though that part of the raza is more lower class. That part of the raza is too stuck up, or you know what I mean? We kind of label us depending on classism or where we live, what we do as a profession. We kind of separate ourselves within that. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, this is let me give you or explain something to you. When it comes to we'll bring up the brothers, right? The African Americans, right? This is how they did it and how they got their movement going so far. They started pushing movies, music, this and that. And in their movies, we're kings, we're beautiful. And they started all that from even back in the 60s and 70s. Black is beautiful, be proud to be. And that's what I'm trying to do. We're brown, we're beautiful. Don't let them shut you down, because that's what they try to do to us down, even our own people. Why are you crying, Gil? Why are you this? Don't listen to those naysayers, because those naysayers are just the chumps that always sit in the back of the room. The guys in the keyboard always just trying to hate on somebody else. Those are the naysayers. They're always going to be naysayers. But what we need to push is brown is beautiful. Be proud to be brown. Don't be shy to speak up if you believe somebody's doing injustice to you. That way, younger people can see and say, "Hey man, these guys are standing up for themselves." Because we as Raza, we do this, homie. Especially even in the hood, right? You're kicking in the hood. Somebody comes to, like, within your own hood, somebody's going to go punk this fool. We're going to look. If this fool lets himself get punked, then we're going to punk him too. It's fucked up, but that's the way it is. So if we don't stand up for ourselves as a whole collective, the rest are looking at us and say, they're not standing up for themselves. They're punks. So that's where we got to start standing up for ourselves. And we all got to start using our voices, using our platforms, start pushing it, and you're going to get a lot of that. Oh, just stop crying. Those are chumps, homie. Those are chumps that we don't want any part of. But eventually, since they're chumps, guess what's going to happen? The wheel will start rolling. The chumps are going to jump on board. Fool. It's just like a team, like a basketball team that sucks. And we as a team right now, we suck. Straight up. As individuals, we're good, homie. We're good. As individuals, we're good. We're great. But as a team, we suck, fool. We don't want to play together.
But you know what?
Yeah.
It's kind of deeper than that, bro, too. Porque también, like, our culture tells us to not be, que obedezcamos, to obey the law, to do this, to not speak up, because it's just not part of our, of our culture. That's not who we are.
How's that working out for us?
I mean, we brought up to, like, mándeme, manda usted, like, you know what I mean? Like, tell me what to do. I can't tell you what to do. And that we're brought up to be thinking, I know submissive. That's what it is. Yeah, submissive, man. And with that, a lot of us stay within that. We don't grow out of that, even though, I mean, it's two worlds. Mexico, aquí is two worlds, bro. But over here, you got to learn that if you don't speak up, sometimes, Yeah. I mean, you end up in the worst part of it that you can be,
I always say, if you're at a job, you could be there for 20 years, homie. You don't ask for a raise, they're not gonna come tell you, "Hey man, you want a raise?"
They're not gonna.
No, it doesn't work like that, brother. It doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
And that's what it is, man. I'm just trying to get us to wake up, speak up. Don't be shy to speak up. That's what it is, and that shouldn't be too hard for all of us, man.
That's what's up, man. See, this is beautiful, bro. When there's more of us standing up and really putting some logical sense into this whole desmadre, bro. Like, that's what it is, bro. That's what it is.
That's what
they say that the sleeping, that we've been the sleeping giant, but I don't think we ever slept. We're just, kind of detoured from our goal. But
well, no, I think we kind of are. But hey, let me get this phone text us, brother. I appreciate the call. All right, I'm late. What's up, Angel?
Hey, what's up, American Cholo? I had a question for you, and I want to get your side on it as an OG.
Sure.
So I'm kind of like asking myself, what do you think about like the Mexicans that were born in America and they succeed and they start getting a lot of money, and then they start talking down on their own, believing that they're like white? I understand what you're saying about the movement stuff, but like, what do you think about them? Because we have a lot of those people in the United States community of Mexicans, and it's kind of like sad,
Well, yeah, but I think that happens in every race, and I think if we get too caught up on that and worry about them, we could sit there for years and just be like, oh fuck those guys. We don't gotta worry about them. We gotta worry about us. And if one day, let's say all this comes to fruition, we actually start getting together, start making a movement, they're going to be part of the team whether we want them or not. Straight up. And hopefully by then they'll realize, hey, man, these guys are really trying to do something. Because, it seems like, and this comes to our celebrities. It always seems like our celebrities kind of are embarrassed of who we are. It kind of like, oh, those guys are a little bit less. And that's something that I believe there's more of us that don't feel that way. There is some that do, but I definitely believe there's more of us that do not.
Yeah, and I thank you and I respect, and you have balls, bro, for talking the truth about George Lopez, because he does that a lot, dude. A lot he does that, but
And we're, like I said, we're gonna put them all on blast little by little. Last year they did the blackout Instagram. All those celebrities blacked out their Instagram. All of them, brother. And when it comes to us, they're nowhere to be found. So we're gonna come to them, brother. We're gonna start a movement. We're gonna get loud. We're gonna be brown, and we're gonna be proud, carnalito. Thank you for the phone call, player.
All right, much respect, though, Jim.
Thank you, homie. Don't stay quiet, people. Don't stay quiet. Yeah, I can sell you an American Cholo shirt with a 5, but I don't know, man. I just don't sell that many shirts, man. Nobody wants to buy them, I guess, man. All right, Luis Ramirez, let's see. Let's flip it up here real quick. Why do so many youth gangbang? Because the lack of identity, they think they're Hispanic or Latino. They lost connection with their indigenous roots. No, indigenous were fighting each other too. They don't gangbang because of the lack of identity. They gang because of the lack of resources. They gangbang because they come from one-parent homes. They come from drug addiction. They come from alcoholism. They come from bad places. It has zero to do with the lack of identity. I hate to break the news to you. I'll take one too. Tony Gutierrez, thank you so much for that membership, player. I appreciate that, man. I will try to make some. Listen, you guys want to hit me up for some shirts? I'll put an order in. Email me, american1cholo@gmail.com, american1cholo@gmail.com. What I'll do this time, because a lot of times I'll make some shirts and people they'll say they want them, they never get them. I'll take like a $5 down, and after that, after you get them, I'll send them off to you, then you can pay me the rest. Fener Lokes, thank you for the message, carnal. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. That's it, brother. FKM, saludos. Yeah, FKM did his thing, man. Do anything worthwhile they did. I don't know what this guy's talking about, man. If we could just get the scandalous scantied out of Hainas. Oh, my God, Daniel. What are you talking about, Daniel? What are you talking about? Mexicans and Central Americans are the ones carrying brown pride in America. Yeah, maybe, man. You know, I gotta get some of the, but no, I gotta take some of the Puerto Ricans and what else we got out there? Dominicanos. I mean, they're Latinos, I believe, right? They're not. I mean, like I said, that's why it's kind of hard to sit there and say brown. They might just say no, somos Latinos. We'll see, man. Allegedly, but also really, thanks for that donation, brother. I appreciate that, man. In reality, all humans are a shade of brown. Well, no, there's some pinkies that are just straight pinkies, homie. Let's see. Debo, all of you are old school and have an old mentality. You will never catch up with the rest. Your lack of education are afraid to make change and think different. I don't know exactly if you're referring to myself or anybody else here. Well, I'm sure you're referring to some people in the comments here, but I don't know what that means, Debo. You need to elaborate a little bit more on that, man. Latinos should stop watching CNN. They feed bullshit. Well, CNN feeds you bullshit. Fox News feeds you all those news outlets feed you bullshit. Now it's come to the point where CNN and Fox News are actually fighting one another. It's almost like a YouTube beef, and they sit there and show each other's clips, homeboy. Let's see what we got. Red Raza, huh? Mexicalis are deep with Chinese people. That's all right. Let's see what you guys got. Go to Miami. Those white, they're not Colombia? I thought you were going to say Cuban. Oh, those white Cuban, Colombians, and Venezuela would not view you as Latino if you're Mexican or Central American. Well, that's on them, but I don't think all of them. I can't sit there and just say that they all won't think you're Latino. I can't disagree. It's like the other caller said that some people, you know, come here from Mexico and start making money, start looking down. Yeah, there's always going to be people like that. There's always going to be people that are going to look down, just like any other race. There's always races that think they're at a higher standard because maybe money or economic status. But no, I'm sure there's a lot of good Cubans. I'm sure there's a lot of good people from Venezuela, Colombia, and all that, brother. You can't just put them all in one basket, because if that's the case, they did that to us a few years ago. They put us all in a basket. They call us rapists and killers and everything else, player. Yeah, we suck as a team, brother. We definitely do. We are the sleeping giant in America. We're great as individuals, but as a team, we suck. It's true. I mean, everybody else, they know the potential we have. I'm telling you that right now. The brothers know the potential we got. The white people know the potential. LGBTQ knows the potential we have. The problem is we're following everybody. We're following BLM. We're following LGBTQ. We're following all the trends. And it's okay to support. There is nothing wrong. I will never say do not support them. You want to support them? Support them. But while you're supporting them, don't forget your own, Playboy. Don't forget your own. That's the problem, man. Folks and cops. I never said they didn't, brother. Middle Eastern countries are considered white Indias. I don't know, man. If we really cared, we would save our children from gangs. That's very easy to say, but it's not like we can just press a button and all the children will be saved, man. All right, let's see. We got a call. What's up, Joe? Talk to me, brother.
All right. So the question: are we Chicanos, Latinos, or Hispanics? Right.
Yes.
I mean, I think honestly, you guys are just niggers.
Is that what it is, Joe? And what do you consider yourself? Oh, you're a white supremacist from where? From Indiana. How old are you? 20 what? 25? Is there no black people around where you live? Is there no Latino people where you live? Is it all white? And do you think that you're a racist because you're just superior than everybody else, or why is it? Listen, the white man is superior. I don't think so. I think you're losing your land, brother. I think. Hold on. Hey, I'll put you on, Joe, right now, but only if you don't use those racist words. If you then I can't put you on because right now you're not on. Okay. Well, this is America, brother. You can hate whoever you want. All right. I don't agree with you. I think you're just. Yeah, there you go. See, when you really start getting into the conversation with these people, he was saying he hates the N-word. He's from I think he said Alabama. He sleeps with his cousin and all kind of crazy stuff. But when you get down to it, they run from the conversation. I'm ready to put the guy on right now. Let's hear why you're a racist. Let's hear why you hate N-words, and let's see. But when it comes down to it, it's just stupid ass ignorance. It's stupid ass ignorance. Probably his mama's a dumbass fucking redneck. His daddy's a dumbass redneck. They're probably a bunch of inbreds, and all they do is, we hate ants. Hey. Let me know how it goes when you marry your cousin. What's good? I'm good. What's going on? What do you want to talk about?
I see your topic about like the term of what Hispanic, Latino, or Chicanos are.
Okay.
So I believe that majority of us should call ourselves Hispanic, because that's what the first root is, the Spaniard part.
Right.
And from Cubans to Mexicans to people in Chile, from Dominican Republic, we all share that root. So I think I believe calling ourselves Hispanic, it's more of a family unit.
Without trying to disrespect you, listening to you, I would never think you're Hispanic. I would think you're a white girl from maybe Palisades or something. So what are your parents' nationality?
Dominican Republic.
They're Dominicanos.
Yeah.
But you were obviously born here in America.
Yeah, I was born in America. Yeah.
Okay, but listen, everybody has a right. So you consider yourself obviously Hispanic.
Yeah, I consider myself Hispanic, and
And your parents?
My parents consider themselves Hispanic. Oh. They don't really use the word Latinos unless it's like including like the Brazilians in it.
And now is this? Where do you stay? You stay in New York or no?
So yeah, I'm in the tri-state area. I'm from the suburbs of the tri-state area, so it's like New York, Jersey, and Connecticut.
Okay, cool. So you may be able to answer that. So so you guys consider yourself Hispanics out there. As far as would it be fair to say most Dominicanos consider themselves Hispanics?
Yeah.
How about Puerto Ricans?
Yeah, Puerto Ricans too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a good insight. Well,
yeah, Puerto Ricans and Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and Cubans also have like a DNA link to each other, even though our admixture is kind of like different. We have different percentage of it, but we are scientifically they have shown proven that we are DNA linked.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for the phone call. You too. Bye-bye. It depends who you are, and Latinos, Hispanics, Chicanos come in all shapes and sizes. But listening to that young lady, or I think she's a young lady, you would think that that she's. I mean, to me, it sounds like a white girl from the Palisades, but no, Dominicana. That'll tell you all the shades, all the colors, all the language that we come from. We come from a beautiful background, people. Don't ever hide from that. Don't ever be scared from that. I'm about to roll this thing up here real quick. So if you guys want to get some more phone calls in, let me know. Let me see. What's good, Angel? Hey, can you get that background voice off, please? All right. All right, go ahead. Yeah, you're good now.
All right. Now, so I was gonna say, using that word, Latino, Hispanic, using those words to describe us,
yes,
that actually means that that we're saying that we're from Spain, basically. You know what I mean? When you say that you're Latino or Hispanic, it means that your ancestors come from there.
Well, I think when I mean, you might be going to the indigenous one, right? Is that what you consider yourself?
I mean, I'm not saying that we're indigenous, because when you do DNA tests, we probably do have a lot of European, and we've got a lot of indigenous too out there. But I'm just saying, like, you know, to call ourselves Latino or Hispanic is kind of saying that your forefathers come from.
So what do you consider yourself?
I just say I'm Mexican. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But some people will say you're not Mexican. They'll say you're Mexican American. So it's almost the same argument you're giving me, huh?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I think, but I mean, I really don't care what anybody says. Nobody's gonna tell me what I am.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, though, you know, as a collective, I think I'm more on FKM's point of view when it comes to the whole
brown
people, because that's basically what we fall under.
No, I get that, like, brother. But I think we need to bring the other. We got to bring people to the table, and a lot of people, they won't shake, like you say, I'm Mexican. There's people that won't shake that. There's people that will not shake all that I'm Mexican American or anything else.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, you know, you got to accept who you are.
Yeah, I get it, but some people, some people think there's something else. Hey, brother, thank you for the phone call, my man. Let's see what we got. What's good? What's up, short dog? I'm live, homeboy. I'm live right now. You're calling live to the show, carnal. Yeah, I'm live. All right, fool. I'll get at you later, player. Big short dog. All right, people. So let's get a phone call in the next minute or so. I'm gonna be tapping out of here real quick. I got things to do, people. I got things to do. But let me try to get some of these comments, especially from the members. Hillbillies be like my superior gene. You're a fool. Let's see. What's going on, brother? It's going good. Turn that background noise off, please. Yeah, for sure. Shoot.
Here we go. Yeah, so I just caught your stream right now, bro, and that's a very delicate topic, if you will.
Okay.
You know, especially nowadays. But you know, my dad, second generation Chicano out of El Paso. My mom, first generation from Durango. So that makes me fourth and first, you know.
Right.
But I don't know about yourself. The other brother that was previously on, yeah, you know, you say Hispanic, Latino. You know, you're following under what the invader wants to classify us as.
Now,
you know,
now which invader is this?
Native American Chicano, Native Mexican American Chicano. That's how I identify myself.
Okay.
I'm on the indigenous flow, you know, and it does sadden me to see some other brown folks, whether they're Chicano, Dominicano, Salvadoreño, or however,
yes,
kind of gravitate toward, you know, full assimilation to this society.
Yeah, but
and that self-hate, that's what brings on the self-hate in our communities, you know?
I gotta disagree with you on that one, brother, because myself, well, when I hear somebody tell me, "Hey, you Latino?" Yeah, no problem. I got no. And when I say Latino, I don't think, oh, because of when they came and conquered me and became this. Nah, man. I came to this country and I was born in Honduras and I know what it is to live in a third world country. So when somebody tries, like you're kind of saying, oh, listen, brother, if this is conquered, I'll take it any day of the week over Honduras and being a free man, homeboy, because this is great, man. And a lot of people who never really lived in those countries kind of feel that way. And the conquer and all that stuff, yeah, that happened. But when people say nowadays they're Hispanic, they're Latino, they're not referring to that anymore. They're not referring to the conquer part at all. Hey, brother, I got to get this other phone call, man. I appreciate it. Let's see what you got. This guy's hitting it. Hit it. What's up, Marco? What you want to talk about, man?
I don't know if you heard of this, but from what I heard, the word Chicano,
yes,
it comes from back then, where I guess Mexicans would get hung. They started having kids, and these kids were not taking nobody's shit. So it's a combination of the word chingon and mexicano. So un mexicano chingon. The word Chicano comes from that. That's what I heard. So I don't know if you ever heard of that.
No, I've never heard that one. That was probably one of the tios that got real nice and drunk and said, "Somos chingones, way, somos chinganos." There is a good history on it if you even Google it up. And it was, there's two terms. It was in Texas where it happened, where some of the even I think the hierarchy of certain Mexicans, once the border was crossed with money, would call them Chicanos. Like you're first of all Chiquito, smaller, and then also there's another one that was saying that the Mexicans would call them that because the actual Mexicans from Mexico. Because you got to remember, Chicanos are not American. Chicanos are not Mexicans. They're Chicanos. Hey, brother, thank you for that phone call. I gotta keep them going while they're going, while they're hot. Javier from Downey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, ¿cómo estás?
I'm good. Talk to us.
Hey, so the conversation's about what we Chicano, Latino, Hispanics. Is that what we're talking about right now?
That's what we're talking about. What do you identify as?
I'm always going to be Mexicano.
Okay.
Born in America.
Okay.
Right. All right. I was born in America. It's like, you know this comedian Paul Mooney, right?
Yes. He just passed away.
Paul Mooney.
All right.
Paul Mooney always says, you can't take an African zebra in America and call it an American zebra.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I mean? Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? You can't take the African lion from Africa and then bring it to America and call it an American lion. That's not what it is, man. Yeah. You are what you are. Your roots come from where your roots come from, right?
Yes.
Pero los mexicanos, we're all indigenous, man. I took a DNA test some time back. You know, I always had an inkling. Of course, my roots are from, the Americas. Somos nativos. I've always thought, most Mexicans or Chicanos, or they always claim that they're Mexica, right? Oh, I'm Mexica. I'm Aztec.
Right.
No, my grandfather always spoke the Yaqui dialect.
Okay.
My family comes from the Yaqui tribe, and I want to know how much percentage I was, or my percentage of indigenous. And my skin, I'm not too dark. I'm not a short Mexican. I'm 5'11".
Right.
Light skinned. I'm not white. I don't have blue eyes. I'm 60% indigenous.
Ándale.
So a lot of us, and if we all take our DNA test, and I'm not saying we should. Most people don't feel comfortable giving your DNA to certain companies, but
I'm one of them.
I always thought to myself, Monday?
I said I'm one of those. I won't give my DNA up.
But like I tell everybody, look, if you've been to prison, which I haven't been to prison. I've been to jail.
Right.
When you've been to jail, the first thing they do, they take your DNA swab.
Well, yeah,
it's already with the government.
That's now. When I got out of jail, they were doing it for the last time, and I didn't get swabbed before I left. That was in the 90s.
But
listen, but this is the thing. So you consider yourself Mexican or indigenous or just Mexican?
I like the word Chicano too. I mean, I like the roots of the word Chicano.
Okay.
I heard some callers saying about some chingon Chicano.
Yeah, it wasn't chingon.
That was pretty cool. That was a cool story.
It was a cool story.
It's funny, but the word Chicano. I heard, Mexica. We have to learn. We have to read. Like, we all find, the problem with a lot of us is pick up a damn book, man. There's a lot of good books out there.
See, yeah, but
don't just listen to what somebody else is saying.
I get it, but the thing is that a lot of people don't want to pick up those books. A lot of people just, hey, listen, I'm good with Hispanic. So, listen, if you're good with Hispanic, I'm good with Hispanic. If you're good with Latino, I'm good with Latino. If you're good with Central American, I'm good with it. So we need to just kind of be like, that's what you want to be, and that's why I say Cali Mac, brother. Cali Mac. I think there's something
Hispanic and Latino is great. I like that as well too. But it's a way to link us up together. But we're not all the same. We're not all the same. I'm not the same as a Puerto Rican. I'm not the same as a Dominican. Most of them are black. I can't agree with how they are. You have black roots. I have a small percentage, but they have a big percentage. Their percentage of what their Latino is tends to be more on the black side. So they try to lump us up because we all speak Spanish. And I've always told Filipinos this. How come you guys aren't Hispanic or Latino? You guys have Spanish surnames.
Oh, yes. Spaniards.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. They were colonized by the Spanish. They have Spanish surnames. Their Tagalog is a combination of, Spanish, they're indigenous, and whatever Japanese, when after the Japanese came and took them over. But they don't consider themselves to be Hispanic, even though their last names are Gutierrez. So, as far as the word Latino, I mean, I have no problem with it, but I don't call myself Latino.
Yeah, but there's some people that will also say if you're Latino, like one of the callers said before, you're kind of saying you're Spaniard or you're this or that. And like I said, as time has gone on, those words have changed the meaning. So when people say, like you're saying, you don't have a problem, I don't either. When I hear Latino, I think like Central America, down in Brazil. That's what I'm thinking, Latin countries, right? But when other people, it's just like people get stuck into that indigenous thing and want to sit there and fight and say, oh, the colonizers, the this. It's like, dude, that war's been over for centuries now. Let's move forward. We're here now. Yeah. We're Latinos, we're Hispanics, we're Chicanos. We're all this. Let's move forward as a unit and get stuff done for our people, brother. That's what we're trying to do.
I think we're a proud people. As whole, we're very proud. We're very proud of what, especially our, a lot of people may be proud of their mixed blood. Like, oh man, God, I'm more white than, pues mis tíos vienen de ojos blancos o de ojos verdes y con, piel bien, nice white skin, and, let them like what they like. I'm not ever going to change their mind as far as what they like, but don't ever, I'm always going to promote what I like and what I am. I'm a brown. You know what I mean? I'm a brown man. It's like Barack Obama saying, look, my white daddy, he's half white. His mom is straight white, like a white lady. But he never says, well, my white side, you know what they say? This is the black people, you know what black people say, brothers?
What's that?
This is our black guy. This is our black man.
Yeah.
Even though his mom is straight up white from the country, raised by white folks. But he himself says, I am black.
Yeah, of course.
This is the way America sees me. This is the way America sees me as a black man.
Yes, sir. That's hey, man. Thank you for the phone call. Stay brown and proud, my man.
Be proud of who you are. Be brown and proud.
That's right, player. All right, people. So I'm gonna wrap this bad boy up here. I want to say we had a great conversation, but on this one, maybe we'll do another one. I'm not taking no more phone calls. The Chicanos win. I think the Chicanos got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Indigenous got 1. The Mexicanos got 2. Latinos got 1. Raza got 1. And the Hispanics got 4. So I'll catch you guys later. Stay brown. Stay proud. And don't ever, ever, ever be afraid to speak your mind for our people, homeboys. Later.